Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. Yes, I'm glad to have you back. I know we had a winless week last week, but we picked up the Pats last night, right? We're 6-9 on the year, 40%. You throw in Thursday Night Football, as the keeper of the Geno's Picks will tell you, T-Cran, still 40% at 8-12. So you can't wait to get to the picks this week because face it, you come here for the comedy. The picks are bonus. If you wanted to make a killing last Sunday, you wouldn't have come here. You would have gone to Vegas because that's the only place where one machine was consistently hitting all night. Too soon? Never with Geno's Picks, but it's soon enough we start this week's video. Here we go. My first pick. The Ravens are getting 3 from the Raiders in Oakland. Yes, the Ravens looked like dog shit last week, kind of how daddy feels after this bender in LA. I want to go home and I don't want to go home. But look, now we know this about the Ravens. Their 2 wins in the first 2 weeks of the season came against very bad teams in the Browns and Bengals. And since then, they've been outscored by a mediocre Jags team and a very good Steelers team by a score of 70-16. So why am I about to tell you to take the Ravens in this game? Because they're facing the Raiders with E.J. Manuel at QB, and he absolutely stinks. Look, David Carr is as great a QB as he is a leader, and there's a huge difference between him and Manuel. If you don't believe me, next time you're trying to bang a hot chick, ask her if she wants to take a ride in your $1 million car or your shitty used Manual. Exactly. You know what she's going to say. Not to mention, when you switch from a great car to an old Manual, you're going to stall on drives repeatedly. Take the Ravens in this one and the 3 you're getting. My next pick, the Fins are getting 1 from the Titans in their first game in Miami all season. Yeah, that means something. And again, I'm going to put this one on shitty QB play. The Fins may be struggling with Jay Cutler, who's feeding the ball to a limping Jay Ajayi, but I think Jay and Jay are going to look dynamite this weekend because they face the Titans with Matt Castle at QB. Because believe me, he stinks. Had the Titans known Cutler could have been talked out of retirement, they would have reached out to him this spring. Instead, now they're not only stuck with Castle, but realize he's so bad that they brought in Brandon Weeden. Are you out of your mind? Good thing they're playing this game in Miami where cocaine is the drug of choice. Because if this game was in Denver, they would just have 1 QB on the roster. Because now that marijuana is legal in Colorado, you're not allowed to bring weed in that shitty. Take Miami and the point. My next pick, the Steelers are giving 8 to the Jags in Pittsburgh. The Jaguars have won 2 games this season, one against the Ravens in London, and the opener against a Texans team that nearly floated there in the opening week. But they couldn't even beat the Jets last week, and now they're facing a Steelers team that has not only found their defense, but their offense is on fire. The only place you're going to find more weapons than Heinz Field is the Bay Area. No, not San Francisco, they stink. I meant the Mandalay Bay Area. Kidding, because Big Ben knows exactly what he's aiming for, another ring. And just like that Paddock maniac, he has several shiny black weapons at his side. Look for cooler heads to prevail in Pittsburgh this weekend as the Steelers take down the Jags by double digits. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday night bet. Come on, we're hitting a couple of these. We should have had last Monday. Oh, do you believe? Stop it. I'm not even going to talk about that Redskins game because I got fucked by a cousin 2 weeks in a row. The Vikings are getting 2 from the Bears in Chicago. The Mitch Trubisky area is starting. And while I wish him well, I refuse to put any money on a guy named Mitch. Seriously, can you name any great athlete named Mitch? I'll tell you this, if you Google Mitch, NFL, you know what comes up? Mitch Berger, a punter that was born in Canada, drafted by the Eagles before playing 16 seasons for 9 different teams. Of course, on the other hand, if you Google Case Keenum, you're Googling a guy that was never even drafted, yet keeps finding work. Nevertheless, don't be surprised if Sam Bradford ends up playing this game and the Vikings give Mitch a rough welcome to the league. Take the Vikes and lay the deuce. Lay the deuce! I gotta go get a drink.